Hey, warriors. So, I want to talk about something that a lot of people are feeling around the solstice, but that's being explained in really unhelpful ways online. Um, the so called plasma wave. And I'm not, here to scare, predict anything. And I'm definitely not here to turn this into, a catastrophe narrative. you know I want to explain what's actually happening in a way that keeps people grounded, regulated, and empowered. So what people mean by the plasma wave, when people talk about a plasma wave around the solstice, you know they're usually pointing to solar activity, interacting with Earth's electromagnetic field. From you know, a scientific perspective, I guess, uh, plasma is charged particles, you know. Um, it's not mystical, by default, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's part of how the sun and earth communicate energetically. From a human perspective, this interaction can influence, circadian rhythms, sleep cycles, your mood, your nervous system sensitivity, emotional processing, those kinds of things. Not because something is wrong, but because the human body is electromagnetic too. Okay. Why the solstice matters. The solstice has always been a turning point, not an event. Okay. It marks a shift in light, a change in rhythm, a recalibration point in nature, right? Um, Ancient cultures, didn't see the solstice as something that was happening to them. They saw it as something that was happening with them. You with me? Um, why people, and this is a natural reset point. Okay? Why people are feeling it now more. Um, Here's the key part. People are more sensitive right now because their nervous systems are less numb. Emotional awareness is higher. Dissociation is decreasing and embodiment is increasing. Things like that. So sensations feel stronger. Okay? This doesn't mean the energy, is stronger than ever. Okay? It means people are more present in their bodies. You know, you know what I'm saying? And sensitivity isn't weakness, it's awareness. Okay? So I'll tell you what the plasma wave is not, I guess. So let's clear this up. This is not a mass ascension event, okay? A split timeline moment. You know what I mean? A DNA rewrite. What else have I heard? A punishment, a rapture, a collapse. It's none of those things. Those interpretations come from unregulated nervous systems interpreting sensation as threat. Okay? And when the body doesn't feel safe, it looks for meaning in extremes. Plain and simple. Okay? What it actually does, at a practical level, this kind of energetic shift can surface unprocessed emotions, amplify what's already present. You see what I'm saying? Increase the need for rest, make stimulation feel overwhelming. Okay? Heighten intuition quietly, not dramatically. It doesn't insert, anything into you. Okay? It doesn't force awakening. It simply reveals what's already there. I hope I'm being clear here. I'm trying. Why regulation matters more than, interpretation, I guess. This is where people go wrong. Instead of asking, what does this mean? Okay? A better question is, what does my nervous system need right now? Okay? Because a regulated nervous system, and I say this constantly, can experience heightened energy as, clarity, insight, creativity, calm awareness. Whereas a dysregulated one, experiences it as anxiety, fear, urgency, overwhelm, things like that. Same energy, just different state. You see my point? You know, how to work with it, not against it, if you will. You don't need rituals, you don't need protection spells, you don't need to prepare anything. What it actually helps, or what actually, will help this is hydration, sleep, grounding in the body, limiting your information intake, being outside, slowing down pretty much is what's going to help, I don't know. And that kind of slowdown isn't avoidance. It's integration. Okay? Why, fear narratives are circulating again. I swear. Fear-based explanations go viral. That's it. They give the mind something to grasp. They create urgency, they give people a role to fucking play. That's why. But fear shuts down intuition. I hope people are realizing this. Everybody, that wants their intuition right now, fear shuts it down. It doesn't open it. So the most aligned response to heightened energy is presence, not panic. I can't say that enough. The real opportunity of this moment, the solstice isn't about becoming something new overnight. It's about recalibrating, simplifying, listening inward, releasing what no longer fits, stabilizing what does. you know? Um, Quiet shifts last longer than dramatic ones, if you're getting my point. You know, so if you're feeling, tired and sensitive and feeling inward right now, your system is adjusting. Nothing is being done to you. Nothing needs to be escaped. Nothing needs to be forced. So sick of people trying to go viral. This is not a time for that bullshit. We all need each other's help and support right now. This is a natural recalibration, and your body knows how to move through it. Trust it. I love you.